Hey, you're in charge.
I'm going to call this meeting of the Hardin County Board of Education to order. If everyone will please stand, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We've got a full room tonight, standing room only it looks like, so welcome everyone. And Mr. Bland, can you do our board commitments for us?
I'll be glad to. To improve our effectiveness, the Hardin County Board of Education commits to keep children first, to listen, to be prepared, to be professional, to demonstrate financial stewardship, to represent the entire district and support district goals, and to support board decisions.
Thank you. And before we get started, I'm going to ask if everyone will join us in a moment of silence for Austin Jones. He was a teacher and the boys basketball coach at John Hardin High School, and he passed away recently, and big loss for the Bulldog family and for HCS. So if everyone will just join me in a moment of silence, please. Thank you. And Mr. Wright?
Yes, ma'am. So all these people, I brought all these people here tonight. Aren't you happy? No. I did not. They earned their recognition, and so these students have done an amazing job, and staff, and we've got lots of community folks here that we're going to recognize. So there's a resolution in front of you, and then after that, I'm going to call a little bit of an audible, but if you'll pass that resolution, Madam Chair, we'll get that started.
I move that we pass the recognition resolution.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
All right, thank you, Madam Chair. So first, I want to bring up Ms. Shelley Clark. Here she is. Ms. Clark is going to recognize some folks for the Grow Your Own program that we have with Western Kentucky University. So Ms. Clark.
All right. So we have some people that have graduated from Western Kentucky University that the Grow Your Own program helped provide them some of their tuition costs. So we thank the board for supporting the Grow Your Own program. And we want to congratulate some of these wonderful people who have completed their degree. So, Mr. Wright, do you have those names up here already, or are they just on the, you just want to read them from the certificate? That's fine. That's fine, they're on the certificate.
Yeah, okay, Ashley Fry.
Ashley Fry, she's here this evening.
Ashley's not here.
It's all right.
All right. Stephanie Dow.
Stephanie was here.
Awesome.
Yeah, just stand right up here, Stephanie. We'll take a picture with everybody in a minute.
Okay. Mary Stewart. Here's Miss Mary. Miranda Rikerson. Is Rikerson here?
Richardson, Miranda Richardson. Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. Cheyenne Irwin. Sasha Piles. Stacy Moore. Ryan Snyder. Daryl Murray. He's about 6'3". You recognize him? Founder Parker's here. Patrick Chargely. Amber Stevens? And Selena Larson. Selena here.
Yes, she is here.
So we've captured these folks?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you all. And because we know that their schooling and work took a lot of commitment, are any of their family members here with them tonight? So you can stand and be recognized for your time that you gave of them. Any family members of those people? I know the Dows are here, I saw them, yeah. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Clark. Next, I'd like to bring up Ms. Devette Sweeney. She's the president and CEO of the Central Kentucky Community Foundation, and she has a check, so we want to accept that. So.
Absolutely.
That usually gets a warm welcome. Thank you all for having us tonight. As many of you probably know, we administer several programs that help serve Hardin County School students. The one I want to talk about tonight is our Hardin County Schools Partnership Grant Program, which allows teachers to participate through payroll deduction to fund grants that their colleagues and peers can apply for. And tonight, we are funding over $3,000 in microscopes for science students to be able to use in the classroom. I think Shelley Doty is here to receive that, and she can tell you just briefly about the big need that there was for these microscopes.
We use microscopes with our fifth grade students. It's a very popular unit. We were down to between 9 to 6 working microscopes, so this is a huge gift to us in the county, and we are very grateful. Thank you.
Fantastic. What a good idea.
Thank you for allowing us to do those first. Wonderful program, the Education Fund, the Hardin County Education Fund. All right, Andreas, first, let's do our Better Together Award winners. And Andreas Jenkins. Andreas, where are you? This young man, come on up. He has your plaque. Andres is a North Hardin senior. He's a very active volunteer at his school's youth service center. He participates in 3 sports. He just came from practice tonight, as you can tell, and he's taking classes at the pharmacy pathway at the Early College and Career Center. He's a member of YSC's Green Dot Club and is fresh off a run of ringing the Salvation Army bell during the holidays. He's also part of the school's Beta Club, Y Club, and is a member of the academic team. Andres and his family assist with Reads Across America program at Kentucky Veterans Cemetery Central. They also clean headstones and place flags on Veterans Day. He will earn his associate's degree and will be a certified pharmacy technician in May. He plans to attend the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and become a pharmacist. Congratulations, young man. Mr. Jenkins, I know Mr. Jenkins is here. Is Ms. Jenkins? Yes, there they are. Thank you all for raising a great young man. All right, we've been trying to get Carrie Blair here for 3 months. So come on up, Carrie Blair. Where are you? Carrie Blair, come on. Yes, clap for her. Her schedule wouldn't jive with our schedule, and now we're jiving. So she's the cafeteria manager at New Highland Elementary and does an amazing job every day. She not only excels in her daily task, but also continually pursues excellence and a willingness to assume extra responsibilities that enhance the educational process in all aspects. She offers opportunities for students to experiment with unfamiliar cuisines while educating them about the 4 food groups and the significance of making nutritious dietary decisions. Ms. Packer, the principal there, said that Ms. Blair has demonstrated exceptional leadership and frequently provides support to newly hired staff members and offers guidance to help them navigate their responsibilities in the cafeteria. We appreciate you. Thank you, Ms. Blair. And Ms. Blair's family is here tonight. Come on, stand up, family. I know you're here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Ms. Jenny Sparkman, you can come on up. Miss Hayes, the principal at, or Dr. Hayes, the principal at North Park, asked us if we could recognize her, and she's very deserving of this award. She's an extremely hardworking, giving, and selfless preschool instructional assistant at North Park. She has a smile on her face, just like right now, and every single day, all throughout the day. She is eager to greet students, jumps in at any time, anywhere that she's needed, and works hard to be a ray of sunshine at North Park. Miss Jenny also crochets a lot. She brings in surprise gifts for North Park staff almost weekly. She makes crochet stuffed bees for the student reward cart every week. And of the theme at North Park, if you haven't been there this year, is bees. She handmade over 100 stuffed bees plus several items for the office during fall break. Miss Jenny makes North Park a better place for students and staff, and she's retiring soon, and we hate to lose you. So thank you for all you do, Miss Jenny. Appreciate you. And we know some of our North Park family is here. You guys wave. Yes, thank you. All right, now we'd like to bring up the Kiwanis Club of Hardin County. Come on up here, Kiwanis Club. Several folks from the Kiwanis Club. Now we've clapped for everybody else. Let's clap for the Kiwanis Club. All right, these are members, guys, of the Kiwanis Club of Hardin County. And we really can't, words don't do justice to the partnership that we have with the Kiwanis Club. They started the K Kids Club, at Woodland Elementary several years ago. Ms. Tarquinio is here, and she can speak to the value of that. Recently, the Kiwanis Club of Hardin County has started a Builders Club at West Hardin Middle School. It is a service organization that has its roots in the Kiwanis Club. It's the biggest middle school service club in the world. And the Kiwanis Club of Hardin County has also organized book collections, food drives, clothing drives, shoe drives, and coat drives for our students across the district. The members of the Kiwanis Club of Hardin County are certainly dedicated to improving our community by positively impacting lives. We can't thank you enough. Thank you. All right, somebody taking pictures of these fine folks? Okay. All right. Thank you all very much. We just can't do it without you. Say it again? Oh, yes, okay. So we have now our student recognitions, student staff recognitions. So Sean Boykins Jr., I saw you walk in. Didn't I see you walk in, Sean? Come on up. Come on up, young man. So Sean Boykins Jr., we're recognizing him tonight. He's a North Hardin High School senior, and he was named to the first team Courier Journal All-State Football Team. He's an amazing athlete, an amazing young man. Thank you. He'll play his college football next year at the University of Louisville. Congratulations, Sean. Mr. Ms. Boykins here. Stand. There we go. Wave. Congratulations, guys. You raised a great young man. Is Lily Williams here? Is Lily here? Come on up, Miss Lily. Come on up. So this is Lily Williams. She is a Central Hardin High School junior. She authored an article on the HCS project-based learning initiatives that was published by the publication Network Voice, which is an online publication that belongs to the New Tech Network, which is a national nonprofit that works closely with school districts to co-design an approach to change that is specific to the context of what they're learning, of the curriculum. The article can be viewed online, and we so appreciate you. Thank you. Are your mom and dad, or you have family here? Well, stand up. We'll recognize you guys. Yeah. All right, Elena, are you here? I know Elena's here. Yeah, that's right. We talked out in the hallway. Yeah, come on, give her a hand. Elena, tell me how to pronounce your last name. Musson. Thank you. I would have botched that. Elena Musson is a North Hardin High School freshman. She has been chosen to represent Kentucky, as you can tell, on the National Archery in the Schools program. She's an archery student contributor. She competed against students from across the nation and was one of the 11 that were chosen. She'll not only represent Hardin County Schools in North Hardin, but also the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Congratulations. And her mom and dad are here, right? Wave, guys. All right. Casey, are we ready for the Bruin band to come in? All right, we're going to bring them in, and they're going to introduce themselves. These young men and women are members of the Central Hardin High School band. They have either earned all-state band recognition, or they are members of the wind ensemble that performed at the Kentucky Music Educators Association conference. And when they get settled in, I'm going to hand a mic around, and they're going to introduce themselves. They didn't know that part of the deal, but that's going to happen. So, all right, so we're going to pass this microphone. You guys didn't know I was going to make you speak into a microphone, did you? No. Okay, but you are. So I'm going to just say your name and just pass it down, okay?
I am Julian Varner.
Okay.
I'm Ryan Ammons.
Here, start here. Go back to this lady. Okay.
I'm Ella Pearsall.
Okay.
I'm Anna Pearsall.
I'm Caleb Powell.
I'm Trinity Van Meter.
I'm Chase Borders. I'm Marcus Miller.
I'm Ogu Norman.
I'm Haley Stoltz.
I'm Molly Spires. I'm Addison Walker. I'm Sarah Baker. I'm Madison Cunningham.
I am Kason Bird.
I'm Garrett Webb.
I'm Jacob Ray.
I'm Etta Krebs.
Let's give these Bruins a big hand. So, and the parents of all these fine young men and women, we need you to stand too, please. Congratulations. All right, congratulations. Thank you, guys. You may exit the stage.
Mr. Wright, do you mind to introduce their band instructor?
Yeah.
And Mr. Irvin, where are you, Mr. Irvin? Yeah, you see him in the back. He's back at the back door. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Irvin is the band director. He does a super job as well. John Hardin, yes. Miss Sydney Martin, are you here? Come on up, Miss Sydney. Let's give Miss Sydney Martin a big hand, please. She is the lone member of she's a member of the John Hardin Band, and she made All-State Symphony Orchestra. Congratulations. Thank you. And Mom, there's Mom right there. Mom and Dad, congratulations. Okay, go ahead. Thank you, Sydney. Thank you. And any North Hardin All-State Band. They had a different event tonight. Awesome. Okay. I think I'm done, Madam Chair. So, thank you.
Very much.
Wow.
And we did that, so you'll see another big crowd in March, another one in April. We couldn't get the PAC in February, so we're spreading out the students that we would have recognized at the PAC in 1 month over 3 months, so.
Excellent. All right, Mr. Sutton, you got our focus on academics?
Yes, ma'am, Madam Chair. We have a lot of students recognized here tonight as well. The students from Already Call up here were our mid-year leaders in accelerated reading counts at their individual schools. Just remember, anybody that's been the mid-year leader in this competition has never won the end-of-the-year competition, so I'm putting a little pressure on you guys not to stop reading, okay? It's very important you're reading every day, so appreciate the parental support on encourage your kids to read, the teacher support, and we know the impact that early literacy has on academic development and future career success. So proud of you guys for all the work you're doing. Mr. Stith is going to pass you out a certificate. You get to pick out a digital bookmark over there of your choice. Got a little different designs there. You'll come up front, and Mr. Wright will take your picture for me. So come on down first from Cecilia Valley Elementary School, J.D. Finch. Come on down. Give J.D. a big round of applause. Good job, J.D. Creekside Elementary School, Corbin Pyle. G.C. Burkhead, Caleb Bauer. From Harlan Elementary School, Andrew Netzel. Lakewood Elementary School, Ethan McDaniel. Ethan was the mid-year leader in the district with 576 points. So that's your current leader. Everybody give him a big round of applause. That's my man right there. What's that? Now, will we see him in May with the championship trophy? We'll see. Lincoln Trail, Kendall Skillman Hall. Come on down. Meadowview, Sayori Alton. I think I said that right. New Holland, Henry Guandike. I'm not sure if this person made it tonight. I didn't see him come in. I don't want to miss him. Radcliffe, Avery, St. Arnault. Did she make it tonight? Avery? I didn't think so. That's okay. I still want to put their names there. Rineyville, Olivia Bryan. Did Olivia make it? Let's go. I think this one's here. Vine Grove, Devarion Smith. And Woodland, I didn't see this person come in, but Willow Walsh. Did Willow make it in? Did not. So what I want you guys to do is take your picture real quick, and then after you take the picture, walk that away and pick out your digital bookmark of your choice, and you guys can have a seat, okay? Yeah.
You're not going to self-sort here.
And if you're one of our parents, as they get their bookmark, please stand up and represent your child tonight for supporting our reading program. Come on, parents, stand up in front of your children. Thank you. All right, while they're getting that going, we have two more things for Focus on Academics tonight. We kind of got behind with the inclement weather in January, so we're playing catch-up tonight. We have somebody talking about project-based learning, Ms. Taylor Wright. We also have Ms. Slavin, has some teachers talk about the externships they did this summer, so I want to get caught up on that. Let's start with Ms. Taylor Wright to come on up and share her PBL experience at East Hardin Middle School, one of our outstanding teachers.
So back in September, my students were learning about West African dynasties in the Middle Ages. And so I ended up tasking them with creating a museum exhibit that they would then go on to present to their community members. So if you'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Thank you. So the best part of this project, in my opinion, was the community involvement aspect. So when you're teaching content that takes place in a different part of the world, specifically during the Middle Ages, it's very hard to make that, to provide students with the real life application. And so when I was creating the museum exhibits, or having the students create them, I got the Fraser History Museum involved, and I was able to provide students with that real life application piece. And so I brought with me one of my students, Ava, who's going to talk a little bit more about the Fraser History Museum and just their involvement and how they help students in this process.
Hi, so the Fraser, they came on, we did a virtual meeting in class, and they told us all about how projects and exhibits are formed and designed. The man we met with, he is a virtual designer for the Fraser, so he does all of the exhibit designing and how it's going to look and all the positioning. And he told us, well, he explained to us how exhibit design is one of the most important aspects of making a museum replica and or exhibit. So we were able to learn from him how important it is that we try to make our exhibits as accurate as possible so we could learn as much as we could, and so we could give a replica that was easy to understand and view. So, yeah.
I also want to mention that Ava was published in the Fraser Weekly, which gets 35,000 views, which was a big deal. So she's leaving that out. But yeah, she was published in the Fraser Weekly. And then if you'll just go to the next slide. Yeah, no, you're good. So here's just some pictures from our workshop days where students got to work, which was just a great experience because they did 2 physical artifacts. And so you can see in that middle photo, they researched actual artifacts and then created those. And then if you'll go to the next slide. The last day, we had our museum exhibits where we had current students and staff members at East Hardin come in, and they got to present their findings and their creations. And it was just really amazing to see the students take ownership of their work and be proud of what they did.
Fantastic.
I guess y'all caught that. That was she was showcased in the Fraser Museum newsletter, which is read by over 35,000, people. That's a big deal for Hardin County School students to be showcased like that. So appreciate the work they're doing with project-based learning, getting our community involved, and reaching out past, the borderlines of Hardin County, getting up there in Louisville and providing opportunities for kids. We also want to give you a little feedback on our externships. Ms. Slavin's going to come up and also have some teachers share with that tonight. So Ms. Slavin, come on up and we'll get you started.
Good evening. So as part of our PBL initiative and trying to make sure that the education provided here in Hardin County Schools is that of a real-world applicable education, we realized that teachers needed a little bit more experience outside of education and in the real world to be able to bring those career experiences into their classroom and be able to educate students on how the content that they're learning is used outside there in the real world. And so with that, we actually pitched externships, not to be confused with internships, because we didn't want them going into the business and getting jobs. We want them to come back out and go back into the classroom. We pitched it to our Hardin County Chamber to help us to be able to fund that to pay teachers to do this work over the summer. They were extremely excited about it, and we had a lot of large community partners from the President's Circle of the Chamber decide that they wanted in on this right away. And then while we were pitching that, ECTC actually contacted us and received a grant. And so part of that was trying to educate the community on manufacturing in our local area. And one of the ways that they wanted to use that grant was to also educate teachers so that they could pass that knowledge on to students. So we actually ran externships through 2 different entities this summer, and we're able to get numerous teachers through them. So for some of those, with the Hardin County Chamber of Commerce, we had people at Hardin Memorial Hospital, which you'll hear from tonight. We had people at Sicilian Bank. We had people at Altech. And then with the Metallica internships, they went to places like Fishbach, AGC, Altech again, but different people, and Sudol. And in fact, we actually got some feedback from the employers, and I just wanted to briefly share some of that with you. One of our employers, Altech, who's been a great partner for us, wrote to us and said, as we embarked on this experience for the first time, there's a sense of uncertainty among all of us as to what to expect or provide. However, the teacher that externed with us, Amy Waits at North Hardin, proved to be an exceptional choice, exceeding our expectations. Her interpersonal skills were remarkable, and she seamlessly integrated into our team. Amy's dedication to her career and her students was evident, and she managed to ignite a sense of passion within our team as well. She offered valuable insights that not only focused on equipping her students for the workforce, but also prompted us to assess how we could adapt ourselves to create a more welcoming environment for the workforce of tomorrow. So I want to say it was an absolute success, but I don't want you to just take that from me. We have 2 teachers with us here tonight that participated in externships. We have Teresa Pranjak, who got to go visit at Hardin Memorial Hospital for a full week, and then Jessica Forrest, who did our Metallica internships with the manufacturing facilities. So at this time, I'd like both of them to come on up. I'll let Teresa go.
Oh, thanks. So I had the opportunity to spend a week at Hardin Memorial Hospital for the entire day. And I was able to visit different departments within the hospital, some that I did not even know existed. So I got to learn what they needed, what they needed to be able to get a job there, like what kind of degree they needed, about how much they would start out with. But I also found some departments where our students didn't even need to attend college, because we have several, some students are not ready for college. So I was able to see those, and I could come back with that and give that information to my students so they knew what was out there in the hospital environment if they did not want to attend college or anything like that. I actually got to observe part of a surgery while I was there. So that was exciting.
Hi, I'm Jessica Forrest at John Hardin High School. In the summer of 2022, I applied for the Teacher Ranger Teacher Program and was accepted and did a 6-week program at the Abraham Lincoln Birthplace National Historic Park. And while I was there, my main task was to reorganize a program called Walk Through Lincoln's Life. And I had been canceled for 2 years due to COVID, so it just needed to be restructured. I specifically worked on curriculum and lesson planning, aligning their program to the Kentucky standards in English, language arts, writing, and social studies. The neat thing about this program, and it was also in conjunction with the University of Colorado. I had to do a project for them as well. But the neat thing is I was able to take my dual credit students for 2 years now back to Lincoln, or Walk Through Lincoln's Life, and they have volunteered at one of the stations, and they see between probably 2,000 students, and they interacted with those students. We had toys and games of that children would have played in the 1700s, 1800s. But it was great because my students were the teachers and facilitators of these games. It was just a great opportunity, and I really encourage other teachers here at Hardin County to apply for the Teacher Ranger Teacher Program because you're out there learning and you're bringing it back to your school. And I've had park rangers come to John Hardin to talk about opportunities for students in the national park system. So that's it. Good. All right. That takes us to our departmental update, Human Resources this month.
All right. Good evening. I'm Shelley Clark. I've been up here already, but I get to talk again. Exciting. I'm here tonight to represent the Human Resources Department, and I have some other wonderful director colleagues with me, Director of Employment, LaToya Austin, Director of HR, Mr. Mike Lawson, and Director of Benefits, Ms. Wanda Ballard. So I am Director of Education Development and Student Support, but I work both in HR and a little bit in student services as well. So, but because I'm new, I get to do the presentation. So there you see a picture of some of our other wonderful people in our department. This was at the benefits fair. And if you'll go to the next slide, Mr. Wright, this is just all of the people that work together to make our department cohesive and wonderful and helping all of our employees and to gain employees as well. So we're going to talk about some of the big things that we do. First off, we recruit and hire staff. So that's our big job. We go to a lot of recruitment fairs in and out of the state of Kentucky and try to find the very best candidates for our open positions. We also have a career fair. Last year we had it in June, and we're looking to host another one this year, but these are some pictures from the career fair that was hosted at New Highland last year. So far this year, we've processed 646 employees. And the next one breaks it down a little bit. 238 of those were teachers or administrators. 408 of them are support staff, which included 145 substitute staff employees. But in the course of the year, we've also lost people. We've had 159 certified retirements or resignations and 143 classified retirements or resignations, and that's since July 1 of our school year. One thing that we did this year that we're really excited about is we implemented a platform to make records digital. So as you know, personnel, we have a lot of files, a lot of paper, and anytime we can make something digital and more accessible for ourselves and our employees, we do that. And we've managed to successfully convert a lot of documents to digital format this year and made it easier for us to access them and for employees to sign them digitally. So we're pretty excited about that. Moving into benefits, we had a benefits fair back in the fall during open enrollment. We had about 200 or more employees there. We didn't really take a tally, but it was a lot of people. And it was at EC3. We had all the HR department there on hand. Payroll was there to help everybody with enrollment and getting all those things figured out with with signing up for that. But we also had a lot of vendors. 17 vendors and community partners were there, giving out information to our employees about things that they could sign up for that could come out of their payroll check each month. So these are some of the optional benefits that are available to HCS employees. So you can see there we offer short-term disability, long-term, term life, whole life, dental, vision, medical transport solutions, and of course a lot of AFLAC solutions as well. And then we also offer investment opportunities to our employees that can come out of their pay through Kentucky Deferred Comp, Edward Jones, Hilliard Lyons, College America, and ID Shield. One of the other things in our department, of course, is evaluations and teacher mentoring. And so we have both certified and classified evaluations in our district. Certified evaluations, and that's a program that is statewide, and we use a Kentucky framework for teaching. We have a certified evaluation plan that you as the board approve anytime a change is made to that, so we institute that. Teacher mentoring, we have a lot of new teachers in our district. A lot of them are in the teacher intern program, which is a state law. It's a model that we have to follow to offer them support. They get 9 observations in their first year, so they get a lot of feedback. But we also have option 6 teachers in our district, people who have a bachelor's degree in some other field that have decided they want to become an educator. So they're working as a teacher and going to school. Of course, a lot of those are in the Grow Your Own. Some of them tonight you saw got recognized for finishing their degree. And then we have some teachers who just have a little less experience than some teachers and these extra support, so we provide that as well. Each year we do interviews with all of our new staff. We do them for certified staff at 60 days and 120 days. This is a word cloud from the question, what's going well in HCS? So any of the really large words were ones that were said the most often. So you can see that the best word on there is great. So things are going great in HCS for our new employees. But you can see a lot of other great words on there too, like student, support, admin, team, helpful. So a lot of really great things happening throughout the district for our new certified employees. We also offer classified evaluations. The new this year, which was approved over the summer as a new policy, is we put the classified evaluation system on the same rotation as certified. So classified employees that are non-tenured or non-service protected or whatever you want to say for that, 4 years or less of employment get one every year. And then at that 5th year, they start on a cycle of like every 3rd year they get an evaluation. But we have evaluations for all those different categories based on criteria of their jobs. We have different forms depending on what position you have. So instructional assistants, custodial staff, transportation, cafeteria staff. And then we also do 60-day interviews with our new classified staff. And so you can see that they think what's going well. A lot of them just like having their job. You know, everyone that they work with, they love the students, the schedule that they have that allows them flexibility. So they had a lot of good things to say about their employment as well. And then, of course, the Grow Your Own program is part of the HR department. And so we have finally created a website there. I think I talked to you guys back in August about creating a website, so it has been finished, and it's been very helpful. Every time someone has a question now, that's where I send them, and that all the answers to their questions are there. We also do have a Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, page, and a Facebook page where we will be getting very busy with posting things in the next month as we begin posting all the jobs for the 24-25 school year. So any questions for myself or any of the other directors about human resources?
So you said you go other places to job fairs, other places to recruit. You have just a couple examples of that?
Well, inside the state, of course, we go to Western and U of L, but Mr. Lawson is traveling through Ohio and West Virginia?
As far as Michigan, Ohio,
Michigan.
Indiana, West Virginia.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
Try to go as many places as we can.
I wouldn't approve this travel to Hawaii.
I did ask him about why we couldn't go to Florida, Mr. Sis, so.
You might get some teachers.
Yeah, we might. You never know. Any other questions? Well, thank you all for your time.
Thank you very much. All righty. Next Next is recognition of visitors, and we have a Mr. Segura.
Yes, ma'am.
Did I say that correctly?
You did. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Giazzi Segura. I'm also known on the wrestling team as Coach G. There was something that I wanted to bring up in regards to a couple other things. We have representatives here from John Hardin, Central Hardin, and then also myself with the middle school at East Hardin Middle School and / West Hardin Middle School, because we do not have one centralized middle school team. They're conjoined as one. With Title IX and the expansion of the females wrestling program within the state of Kentucky and also Central Hardin, we're looking for a dedicated, we're requesting assistance and support in regards to a dedicated, safe place for not only our male wrestlers, but our female wrestlers. At this point in time, we do not have at Central Hardin a dedicated, safe space for our kids to wrestle on a day-to-day basis. And once again, just to throw out some statistics for Hardin County as a whole, within Hardin County, our middle school program at Central was first in Region 2 out of the 3 years. Since 2009, John Hardin has had 9 state champions, and the Dos Santos family had both of their kids place, one first in state in high school, and then his daughter 4th, correct? 3rd, I apologize. I demoted. 3rd in the middle school state, so in the female middle school state. High school, I apologize. And so those are we have great athletes here. We really do. And myself being in the military and moved around for many years, my wife and I plan on retiring here. We love it here, but one of the biggest things that we're looking to see if maybe we can have a sit down or be put on the agenda for a later date to discuss our program as a whole within Hardin County, to discuss the different schools and the different options that we do have. Pending any of your questions at this time.
How many students participate in your program?
Our program right now, at the beginning of the year, we started off with over 58 kids.
Okay.
And that's combined with the high school and the middle school, because we're in one location. And once again, that's not even assessing the girls' team that we're putting together next year.
Thank you.
And that's just for Central, that's not including John Hardin.
Yep. I wasn't going to put him on the spot to answer about 2 other schools. I can get that information.
We appreciate you coming in. Basically, our board policy is we don't respond
No, 100%
to
don't
things at the
respond.
meetings, but we will we'll take it under advisement and discuss it. And if there's anything else that you want to share, you're always welcome to email any of us or reach out, and we can get with you on that.
Yes, ma'am. will
Okay?
do. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Construction updates. We had a lot of construction updates this afternoon at our noon meeting. Phase 1 of Central Hardin is moving along. We've had some good weather, so they've been able to get some things done. It's obviously a massive project, so a lot to do. They are also starting to work with our new construction management with Phase 2, so that those two can kind of work together as needed, and then also seamlessly transition one from the other. They did say that for the most part, pretty much what Central is going to look like, the formation of it anyways, for the most part is there. So if you drive by, you can kind of see finally kind of what the end phase is going to look like. And then we got an update from Weir Construction on the West Hardin project. A lot of time on that, and as with everything, costs just keep going up and up and up. So, but we're working on that and hoping to get that underway soon as well. So, is there anything that anyone else would like to add in regard to construction? Okay, consideration of the consent agenda. We received information on Governor Scholars, approval of the revisions to the district special education policies and procedure manual, approval for Central Hardin Beta Club to travel to Savannah, Georgia from June 15th through the 19th. Financial services, we received all the monthly financial reports, approving the SBDM tentative allocations for the 24-25 school year. Received a $3,000 anonymous donation to Cecilia Valley Elementary for their 5th grade trip. Always appreciate those. Got a change order for John Hardin Turf Project. Bid packages for the revised BG1 for Central Hardin Phase 2. Some change orders for the Phase 1 renovation project at Central. Bid for asphalt resurfacing for Central Hardin Athletics. Approval of the revised BG1 and construction contract for the Early Learning Academy. Approve pre-ordering HVAC equipment for the Guaranteed Energy Savings Project set for this summer. And received an updated budget from West Hardin Middle Project. School-wide fundraisers, we got the certified personnel and classified personnel actions. Received SBDM minutes, PAC minutes, approval of board minutes, and approval of the recommended revision to board policy regarding search and seizure. And that's it on the consent items. Is there anything that anyone wants to discuss, pull out?
Kind of envious of that Beta Club getting to go spend 4 days in Savannah.
Very, very nice place.
They're looking for volunteers to supervise. Just
Not that jealous.
Not that jealous, no.
I did that once.
Well, if there's no further discussion,
Madam Chair, I'll move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Under action items, we're going to be discussing some financial items, including bonding. And I believe that Mr. Sutherland is here to give us some information on that. Come on up.
So do we take his information before we adjourn and do the other thing, or?
Yeah, he
Okay.
goes
Okay.
before.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Happy to answer any questions you have. I thought what might make sense for you all is just to give a high-level plan of finance, because you do, as you said, have a lot of projects you're contemplating and discussing, and just thought that what John and I could do is give you just a verbal idea of what our thinking is in terms of the finance plan. So tonight you have before you documents that authorize the bonds for the Central Hardin High School renovation project. And then we have potentially something else out in the future. And ordinarily, we would try to get things married up and do one issue and time it up and do it that way. And where we are at this point, though, interest rates are favorable. They kind of generally are unless they blow out. So the interest rates are fine. The short-term interest rates are higher than long-term borrowing rates. So even though you might not use these funds for 2 months when it's timed up to start with the other project, there's actually a benefit to issuing some of the debt now, because you can borrow at a lower rate than at which you'll be invested. And so as long as the project, stays within pretty wide bounds of spending provisions, the board can enjoy some extra interest earnings that it wouldn't ordinarily have. So, Jessica and her staff run a very, high-level investment program for you all and do a very good job with that. So it's just a great opportunity to pick up some interest because the interest rates are out of whack. So our general plan is, again, just to ask for approval tonight for $45 million, and then at a later point in time, we'll do separate authorizations for those projects. And, just talking about interest rates, what we have budgeted in here is just a little over 4%, probably 4.25% is what we're thinking. It might be a little bit better. It's a pretty aggressive market. We sold bonds for University of Kentucky last week, 3.5%. Your debt structure is a little bit different. It'll be a little bit more expensive, not because of a credit difference, just because how quickly you're paying back versus them. So you borrow it around 4.25, and you're likely to invest it a little over 5. So that's what you're going to get to enjoy keeping the difference.
So this is positive arbitrage.
Positive arbitrage.
Yeah.
I knew I could count on you for the term.
Sorry.
No, I love it. I mean, it gets my bond hat, you know, not many people will throw arbitrage out there. That's exactly what it is. It's a unique opportunity, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're us.
Yeah.
It's cool. Happy to read the board resolution, and I can come back and, one detail is probably useful as well is, tonight's the board approvals, and then we'll have a bond sale scheduled for March, and I buried that. March the 12th would be our bond sale. So, happy to read the resolution for you.
Is it?
You may need to adjourn.
Yes.
the board meeting and go
Yes.
into the finance board.
Yeah.
You want to get the board resolution first and then do that?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yep.
Board resolution first.
I'll read that first.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, this one's short. A resolution of the Board of Education of Hardin County, Kentucky, authorizing and approving the execution of a lease agreement with the Hardin County School District Finance Corporation and any further necessary instruments, approving certain architect's plans for the construction of a certain school building project, and approving the plan of financing the cost of said project. That's the summary resolution.
I move we accept the resolution.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to accept the resolution. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. So now we will recess our regular meeting of the Hardin County Board of Education for a special called meeting of the Hardin County School District Finance Corporation. I'm going to call to order the Hardin County School Board Finance Corporation meeting.
Okay. Okay. You can make the motion.
Do we need to discuss anything, or do we just need to go do this
I think we
motion?
just moved to make the motion.
Madam Chair, I will move that we approve the resolution authorizing the issuance of the Hardin County School District Finance Corporation Revenue Bonds Series of 2024, along with advertising for the bond sale and all of the documents in connection with the bond issue.
And I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Now you need a motion to adjourn.
Madam Secretary, Madam Chair, I move that we adjourn the Finance Corporation meeting.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, and now we will reconvene the regular meeting of the Hardin County Board of Education.
That handles the business
Now we're
that we
legal.
needed. Thank you all. The only other detail left out is that John asked, he has the burden of handling the rating conversation with Moody's, and so we have to go through that process. The school district's rated AA2, very, very strong rating. So anyway, I wanted you all to make sure you're informed about that as well.
Do you have updated numbers on our bonding
I do.
capacity right now?
Yes, so there's two parts to it. So we're in the General Assembly right now, and the governor's budget has a new number in there, and that the budgets, the House has advanced a budget that speaks to that, which will impact your bonding capacity. Without that provision, under the current biennium budget, after this issue, the bonding capacity is a little over 75 million or so. Okay, that's at the previous or the existing funding level. About, nobody can promise anything, but it appears that if the House has advanced the governor's budget with this provision, it's the FSPK equalization rate that went up. It's mathematical. The population of students across Kentucky is pretty flat, but the property assessments went up. So statutorily, the General Assembly is directed to fund more to schools for equalization. And, the boards over the years here have sort of been a leader in Kentucky for, the Base Realignment Closure Act nickel, the original growth nickel. You're one of the original growth nickel people, and the other nickels. Those are very important because, while the Hardin County taxpayers will pay a little bit more for that nickel, the state, if this biennium, just this biennium budget change is like $4 million more annual that will come to the district. So that'll have a big impact on your bonding capacity. So if I said a lot there, but if you're after this issue at $75 million at current funding levels, if the biennium budget's approved as sort of drafted, then your capacity is well over $120 million. You see how big those nickels are that
Absolutely.
the boards have taken over the years.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of state money that comes here because of that. So.
Beyond that, isn't the full funding of transportation going to impact what we could bond out of general fund as well, or is that?
Yes, is the short answer to that
Okay.
question. A lot of that depends on what other budgetary influences may be on the general fund.
Okay.
All right.
All to be seen. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chip. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
I'll go back to order.
Now you had good news.
All right. I don't believe we have any more action items. And anyone have any new business? Takes us to superintendent's report.
Awesome. This is the time of year that we begin our district and regional in basketball, and it's a great time to just talk about sportsmanship. If you are a parent of a student, and we just finished wrestling, and they survived wrestling with great competition, but also very respectful competition. It was great to see students congratulate students from other school. You had John Hardin congratulating Central, congratulating North congratulating John. It was a very well-respected time. And recently this week, we had some school districts that had to send home letters to parents reminding them, number one, that you can't condemn students who are in athletics on social media. And I just want to, number one, compliment our parents for their behavior at sporting events, but just to remind everyone that this is, part of sports is to create better humans when they graduate after high school, for them to learn how to compete, to be able to accept defeat, but also being able to accept success. And so just as we go through the next several weeks, one of the areas that we really struggle with right now is finding refs and those to come and officiate our games. And the more respectful we are, the more likely we are to get officials willing to come to all sporting events. So just as we get around March Madness in the state of Kentucky, which causes madness, just really encourage everyone to take sports for what it is, which is to build character and resilience in our students, learn about teamwork, hard work, and positive competition. So just ask that as we get into this very competitive world of sports. I know Kentucky is a huge athletic state, and we really appreciate that. And again, our wrestlers demonstrated that perfectly in the past weeks, and we just ask everyone else to follow suit with that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman, I guess I was sitting here not thinking new business, but I would like to say that Mark and John and Greg and I attended the American School Board Association this past week. We were represented by our superintendent, and I think that is something that Hardin County Schools should be very proud of. We've had 3 in my time: Lois Gray, Annette Johnson, and Terry. And that's a pretty big thing to be
absolutely
the leader of, I call it the state. So I'm proud of her. She's done a great job out there, and
I didn't trip and fall.
we had a great trip, but it's an honor to have someone that goes that far in the school system.
And to be clear, she was recognized as Kentucky Superintendent of the Year.
That's right.
That's right.
So-
Thank you.
Very, very much. I'm glad you said that. And we appreciated you and Mark being able to go out and
glad you could
support
go.
her in that. Absolutely. So, you want to do?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're going to do an executive session. We will not be taking any further action after that
No
executive
votes, yeah.
session. So there'll be no voting or anything of that nature. And quickly, board calendar, March 1st through the 3rd, we have our KSBA annual conference in Louisville. March 21st will be our next board meeting, the lunch meeting at James T. Alton, and the regular meeting back here at central office. So we appreciate everyone coming out tonight. With that, if someone wants to make a motion.
Madam Chair, I'll move that we go into executive session for the purposes of personnel.
All right.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.